Good morning, everybody. What's up? It is time for the Daily Truth, the truth in 5 minutes or less. Different setting on the road this week, currently in Florida. Today's Daily Truth is going to be about opportunities. Give you guys a few minutes to get in here. As you guys can clearly see, not the usual setting. I don't got the painting behind me. We're going to get this done in 5 minutes or less. I'm going to be on location doing these all week. So today's discussion is about seizing the moment, taking chances, and I'll give a little recap from my weekend in Daytona. Again, I know I have this on all of my different platforms, so make sure you like this video, share this video, do all the things with this video. So I worked the Daytona 500 this weekend, which if you didn't notice, if you're into racing, didn't happen. It ended up, obviously, it's going to be raced today because of a rain out, which one of the things I thought of is, this could be real negative for a lot of people. Not a lot of negative for people that probably had to go back to work or weren't able to go and they spent all weekend. But fact is, most of the people there were there for the experience. A lot of them did camping, the people on the infield, all across the board. So for them, the experience, if they took things in a positive way, which most people that I talk to are like, no race. Oh, well, got to hang out with my friends. It's like camping in a gigantic area. So they seize the opportunity to enjoy their time. And then I thought about it for people that maybe can't afford to go to something like Daytona, maybe live locally, maybe have too many kids where it's too expensive or whatever. This is the perfect opportunity. And again, this is a microcosm for life. Like when you have an opportunity to do something that maybe isn't in your tax bracket or whatever it might be, you take it. So right now, there's a bunch of people leaving Daytona that can't stay for the day and they have to sell their tickets. So for a family that possibly couldn't afford it before, this is where they get the opportunity. So there's a lot of good in bad. So they get the opportunity now to go and watch a Daytona 500 for a cheaper ticket price, where they get to see things that they typically wouldn't. I remember I went to a World Series game in terrible weather, and I did it on a budget because I was able to do it on a budget because the weather was terrible and people were selling their tickets. I sat 20 rows back at a World Series game in St. Louis once that it was, I think I paid $80 when ordinarily it would have been a several $100 ticket. So it's like when you have things that come in front of you, you take the chance. There's a little uncomfortability in it being cold, uncomfortability of being a Monday race or whatever it might be, like in Daytona, but you seize the opportunity. And when things don't go your way, you have a positive spin on things. You take it in a positive light. You see the good in it, and everything will be fine. That's the best way to look at it. That's the best way to start looking at all the different things that come up in our life. You seize the opportunities as they come. For example, this weekend, another example, I was working, by the way, got to do a little intro. Even though yesterday was rainy and crappy, I got to intro DJ Khaled, which was actually pretty fun. And he actually used it in a couple of his social media videos. Not just one, but a second one. He actually did my voiceover as part of it, which was pretty cool. But I've been doing MC work for 16 years now, maybe. And it was one of those ones that, although this wasn't like my most high energy experience, like I couldn't figure out exactly how to translate what I do to the crowd, but like we all had a good time. I made jokes to people doing putt putt, and it was just fun. I was working for Wendy's, and I realized, I'm like, what qualifies my line item? That was the big thing. I'm like, I know I'm getting paid pretty well. Like, what qualifies what I'm doing? And everybody, when I brought that up of how I was nervous about that, I felt almost a little bit guilty because it was hard to figure out where to go, where the speakers were, and what to do. They're like, you're good enough, and you've earned it from taking opportunities and giving my all on those opportunities your whole life. So you've kind of earned it. You've gotten to this point. So the truth is, to summarize all this, the truth is when opportunities come, whether it's going to an event for a lower price or doing something you ordinarily wouldn't be able to do, or when things don't go as planned, take the opportunity to have the positive mindset that it was all meant for, it was purposeful, there was a reason behind it, and then also take the opportunity and realize you can capitalize on chances and choices that you make so that later in life you'll be at a position and a place where you've earned it and you still provide the best ability, the most knowledge, the most fun. You give everything that you can into every circumstance. Always seize the moment, always seize the opportunity, and always stay positive. That's the best way to look at it. That's today's Daily Truth in 5 minutes or less. Tomorrow will be another location. I don't know where, but we're gonna do another one of these on location pretty much all week. I got Grant Cardone coming up later in the week, that competition. So God bless, guys. Remember, don't surrender your pets. Boop. God bless.